Hey guys, it's Ben here. So let's get into the AEW Dynamite for the 2nd of February. So we have CM Punk versus MJF. Well, MJF. To be fair, we've got a month until the pay-per-view. This match, I will say this again, this match needs to be saved for the fucking pay-per-view, but we'll see. We were supposed to have Jon Moxley versus Brian Kendrick. That match is not happening now. It is going to be Wheeler Yuta versus Jon Moxley. I think that's going to be another fun matchup. Personally, we'll see how that goes. I don't know what else we've got. We may have the Dynamite debut of Danhausen as well for the Wheeler Yuta versus Moxley match. So let's just find out, guys. We're in Chicago, Illinois, obviously, so let's not waste any more time. And we're kicking things off with Moxley versus Wheeler Yuta. Let's do this. So we just had Moxley versus Yuta. This was entertaining, actually. Fun opening contest between these two guys. Wheeler got a lot more offense in this match. Obviously, Danhausen curses Jon Moxley, but you just knew for a fact that Moxley was going to win this match. But a lot of improvements from Wheeler Yuta since their first matchup a couple of months ago before Moxley went away. You can see that Moxley is a lot happier, a lot more passionate after the time he spent for himself. But at the same time, it is very entertaining that these two put on a very good matchup. And we've got, Bryan Danielson in the ring. Why do I get the feeling this is going to be one of the matchups made for Revolution? I feel like Moxley versus Danielson. Yeah, that's going to be fucking entertaining, I think, personally. If it is for Dynamite, if it is for Revolution, they have got to do some matches for Revolution either this week or next week at the very latest to get built up for it. Again, that's one of AEW's smaller problems going forward. You have to have they have to build up matches for the pay-per-views. I do feel like they don't do that as much, especially within like a month before the show. They do with 2 weeks and the last week of the week before the pay-per-view, but at the same time it's like gotta build matches. So let's see what Danielson has to say. So we get Bryan Danielson talking to Moxley about teaming up and taking some of the young guys under their wing to basically help the new generation of professional wrestling. I kind of want to see them face off in a way that if Danielson wins, Moxley has to do it kind of thing. I think that'll be a bit better, but it's one of those things. We've also got MJF versus Punk. We have the promo build up for it. Wonderful promo. I think that was very, very entertaining. But we do need to get some matches announced for Revolution. We might even get a Young Bucks versus Pagongi, Trevor, not Trevor. I can't think. Rocky Romero's part. Chuck Taylor. There we go. Chuck Taylor and Rocky Romero have that matchup at Dynamite. Have that matchup. We never know. So we'll see where this goes. But so far, yeah, entertaining. Let's carry on watching Dynamite. So we just had a Blondie Rhodes promo. Hooray! Thank God Dan Lambert and Men of the Year walkout. Very entertaining. I have to admit, I fucking love Dan Lambert. He is just one of these amazingly fun promos. I gotta admit that one. And basically, Paige Van Zandt comes out and basically starts kicking the shit into Brandi Rhodes. Brandi Rhodes, Paige Van Zandt at the pay-per-view? Yeah, I'm down for that. I think that'll be a good show. I think that'll be a good matchup. Personally, especially with Paige kicks the shit into Brandi, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, you know what? That'll be fun. We're gonna have the House of Black taking on Pento, El Zero, Miro, and Pat next. Looking forward to Pat's return. Now we have the Hardy House Enterprises, or Hardy Enterprising House, I can't remember the name of it, talking about Private Party's loss to Jurassic Express last week. Last Rampage, and Andrade is talking about all that with them. There is a bit of tension with Andrade and Sting, so we may get Hardy and Andrade taking on Sting and Darby at some point down the road. Entertaining. So let's not waste any more time and get into the main tag team match. As well as all that, we're going to have a TNT title match on Rampage, Sammy Guevara versus Isaiah of the Private Party, so that's going to be fun. Sammy's winning that match. Nevertheless, let's get to House of Black versus Death Triangle. So we just had Death Triangle versus Knights of the Black House. This was fun. This was a great tag team matchup. Packed with the blindfold at the beginning, basically just being able to move about and then revealing it and everyone cheering. That was entertaining as all hell. This match was really cool. Ending, Malachi Black uses the Black Mist on Penta El Zero Miro, and then they hit Dante's Inferno for the win. Brody King gets the win on Pac. This was good. I mean, if we're going to have a tag team matchup between these guys or a six-man tag coming up at the pay-per-view, hopefully we get that. Yeah, you know, I won't complain if we get a rematch at the pay-per-view. I will not. Also, there's a New California Republic flag in the crowd tonight. A shout out for New Vegas, fuck yeah. So now we've got Adam Cole talking, so let's deal with that. So basically, we get Adam Cole talking about how he is still undefeated in AEW. Whilst technically speaking, that is true. He did lose the Lights Out match last week to Orange Cassidy. I don't feel like that was the best decision. As I said last week, I feel like it should have been a win for Adam Cole, even though it wasn't going to be reflected on the win-loss record, even though it is a Lights Out match. But at the same time, he turns around and basically says that I'm going to get what I want, and at the end of it, it is going to be one simple thing. He's going to be facing Evil Uno, and then after that, it is going to be what I want. So we may actually get Page versus Cole at the pay-per-view, maybe? I don't know. I mean, they do have a lot of history, so they can play into that. But with really a week's build, maybe even 2 weeks build to the pay-per-view, they're gonna have to do a lot of stuff for that. But I do see that maybe happening. They can bring up their history in Ring of Honor, NJPW, the Bullet Club, and all that jazz. But it is going to be one of those things where it's like, yeah, do you really see Lance Archer going for the title at the pay-per-view? No, I'm not really a fan of that. I do think that Archer versus Page will be a good matchup next week. I do genuinely think that's going to be fun, but at the same time, it needs to be something in the regards of a big match for Page for the pay-per-view, because this is his first actual pay-per-view defense since winning the belt last year. So we're going to have to see something very entertaining in that first defense. And I do think that it is going to be Page taking on and losing to Adam Page. So, and also next week, even though I like Archer, it is going to be a win for Page. It has to be a win for Page. Don't get me wrong about that one, guys. But next up, we will have Ruby Soho taking on Nairo Rose. I think this is going to be another good matchup. Again, we did get this in the TBS semi-finals match before Soho lost to Jay Cargill in the finals. So if we're going to be getting a rematch between Jay Cargill and Ruby Soho for the belt, that would be another entertaining matchup to see. But I don't see the belt going off Jay Cargill for a while. To be honest with you guys, I have to admit that one. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into Ruby Soho versus Naira Rose. So, we just had Naira Rose versus Ruby Soho. This was entertaining. It was a well-thought matchup between the two. Ruby selling the back a lot. And Naira basically just being the entertaining character she is. The beast she is to portray her character. This was fun. It was a very entertaining matchup, well paced. At the same time, one botch in the match that I saw properly. Ruby completely missed the kick to the top rope, but I do feel like that. I think Naira was going to move back a bit from the kick, but I just feel like it completely missed. End of the day. So now we've got the Gun Club talking to Jungle Boy about a possible tag team matchup for the belts coming up. But again, it was a fun matchup. We're going to be hearing from Adam Page next, so let's do that. So, just had an Adam Page promo. He basically comes out and says, fuck this, I'm not waiting until next week. Lance, get your ass down here, we're going to fight it out. Lambert and Jake Roberts come out and basically start talking, but then pretty quickly, Lance Archer just comes out and goes, yeah, fuck it, let's do this. Beautiful chokeslam onto the steel steps, and then a blackout through the table. And that ends our segment with Archer saying that he's going to be the next AEW World Champion. We've got Jericho talking, so let's find out what's next. So Jericho basically turns around and says that it is going to be a Inner Circle team meeting at Rampage next week, and attendance is mandatory. Now, we've not seen Jack Swagger in a long time. I don't know if he's training, getting ready for a fight coming up in Bellator. So we're going to be seeing Swagger for the first time in a long time. I think it's been about a month or two since we've seen him. Obviously, Sammy's going to be there. He is the TNT champion. And Santana and Ortiz. Obviously, there is friction between Jericho and Kingston and Pride and Powerful. We're getting a rundown of AEW Dynamite, AEW Rampage for Friday. Isaiah Cassidy is taking on Sammy Guevara for the TNT title, which is going to be an entertaining matchup, but Sammy is going to retain the belt, I think, personally. So yeah, it is going to be... It is weird that they are doing this match, they're doing the rundown now, because I think the only matchup we've got now is MJF versus Punk. And it's only about 2 o'clock. So yeah, it is. It's our main event. It's MJF versus Punk. Are we actually going to get this match? Well, let's find out. Okay, so I want to bring this up. I understand completely that AEW want to have a sellout for Chicago. Get that completely. But this is a big matchup for AEW. Why not have this at Revolution? It's only a month away. You could carry on building it up and have the big one-on-one matchup for the, between Punk and MJF at that pay-per-view. But I get why they want to have a sellout for Chicago. Bar that, can anybody explain to me why they should do this match now? And to be fair, if you have a fair reasoning and a fair point, please put it in the comment section below. I have no issues and no problems talking about this, talking about other things on the channel. But it just, to me personally, it makes no sense. Why have this match now when the pay-per-view will get a bigger buy rate for having MJF versus Punk on the card, in my personal opinion. We're gonna be, hopefully we're gonna be getting Paige Van Zandt versus Brandy Rose. We're probably gonna be getting Jericho versus Kingston at the pay-per-view, hopefully. There's gonna be a tag team, it's gonna be maybe the Gun Club versus Jurassic Express for the title, for the tag team titles. As I said, we may be getting Paige versus Cole at the pay-per-view, I don't know. But to me, I would have saved this match for the pay-per-view, have somebody come out from Punk's past and basically have them have this match instead of MJF. And just build and build and build until the pay-per-view, where it's either if MJF doesn't wrestle at the match, he's gone from AEW and at the pay-per-view. If he doesn't wrestle Punk at the pay-per-view, that's it, he's gone from AEW. Which is fair enough, it's what he wants. But, it's one of those things where it's like, So, again, if you have a explanation to why you think this is, why this should be here and not the pay-per-view, please leave it in the comment section below. We'll have a conversation about it, guys. But so far, it's been entertaining. It's been fun. Bryce Remsburg is the main official for this match. They did go into the crowd a bit, just to basically carry on this match and basically say, yeah, right, the referee's letting this match go and all that jazz. But so far, it's been fun. A 40-minute match, it's going to be entertaining. MJF is working Punk's arm, which is entertaining after Punk went into the corner ring post. So let's get to the end of this matchup, guys. So we're still in the match, but I kind of like the way this match was going to originally end. So CM Punk got some tape around the neck, obviously by MJF, and obviously it was going to be 1, 2, 3. That's it. Ring the bell. Ref sees it, and instead of calling for the disqualification, which is normally what would happen, the match restarts. I kind of would have liked it if that was actually at the end instead of here, because that would have made a bit more sense, personally, to me. would have been understandable, but you know, it's a way to get the match restarted and to actually carry on with the show, you know, to have a rematch at pay-per-view. Hopefully there'll be something that happens, you know, at the end of the match itself, that we do get the rematch at the pay-per-view to basically make it more entertaining. So yeah, so far match has actually been very entertaining. It's been well paced, it's been good, a lot of selling by Punk, a lot of selling by MJF as well. It's been good so far, do not get me wrong. I just feel like having this show here instead of the pay-per-view is just a bit idiotic in my eyes and in my mind personally. But let's not waste any more time, let's carry on with the show. So we just had MJF versus Punk, and this was a damn entertaining matchup. This was really fun. Pepsi plunge from the top rope to from Punk, MJF on the middle rope. This was fun. This was a really great matchup. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I even liked the ending. I thought this ending was very intriguing with the diamond ring being used, because I didn't even know if the diamond ring was used. It just looked like a straight punch, to be honest with you, just a lucky punch. But yeah, he got the diamond ring. Wardlow helped him. But yeah, you know what? I liked it. I thought that was entertaining. It gives the whole reason for a rematch, at least, hopefully. If Punk just acts like Punk, which I think he's going to be honest and he will get a rematch, I think, personally. But I really don't want to see Warlord with MJF anymore. I really don't. I think at the end of the day, this is going to be a rematch at the pay-per-view, and it's going to be a very, very intriguing rematch. But, ladies and gentlemen, what did I think of AEW Dynamite? This was fun. This was a great show. We only had 4 matches on the card. Worked out. Last 45 minutes were given to MJF and Punk, and I gotta admit, it was damn entertaining. It was well paced, well done, and just all in all, bloody brilliant, guys. This was one of my favourite matches, and I gotta admit, out of the 5 AEW Dynamites we've seen so far, this is one of my favorite. You know, this is up there with last week's TNT title match. I believe the TNT title match was a lot better, in my personal opinion, but this match is definitely second place so far for Match of the Year contender for AEW Dynamite. For the AEW Dynamite Awards, I have to admit, this is definitely second place to Guevara versus Rhodes ladder match. So, with that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching AEW Dynamite. I will see you maybe Friday for the CWS. I need to get my sleep pattern back in order for that. But with that all being said, guys, thank you very much for watching, and TTFN. That's all for now.